So let's get started with our trading today. Today I am trading on the intra-exchange market. This means that OTC status is present on all currency pairs and a high payout percentage prevails on each of the provided currency pairs. And this is a great opportunity for me to earn an even higher profit for the same number of transactions. In general, I always use this and try to practice on intra-stock quotes as often as possible. Trading on in the OTC market, I always try to analyze the trend and open deals based on the trend direction and price behavior within the trend. So for today, I have selected the following set of indicators. It is quite simple. This is a super trend with default settings, a fractal with a period of 5 and a momentum oscillator with a period of 15. Let's start with a trade of $100. This is half of my starting balance, and in the course of my trade I will explain to you what logic you should use to reason when trading and what signals you should look for. Every trade I will try to explain in detail, so that by the end of the review you have as few questions as possible. Actually, let's start trading, start analyzing, and select the first currency pair for the most optimal entry into the transaction. And let's try to open the first position here to increase in the direction of the real trend dynamics. But if this pullback continues to move, then I will open an additional deal. But in the meantime, let's explain the entry principle. We have a very confident upward trend dynamics, and the super trend position shows this in general. An important point, there was an update on the fractal of the structural minimum, but the maximum was not updated. So in this vein, we can open a trade in the continuation of the trend and see rising volumes on the oscillator histogram. Let's look at the result. And my first position closes with a plus without any problems. It's not a complicated signal here. It opened in the direction of real dynamics. In general, I recorded a profit. Let's continue and select the next currency pair. Let's try to open an upward position here, but if my movement dynamics go even lower in the next minute and this deal closes in negative territory, I will open an additional position. Here is about the same entry point. My super trend position shows the upward dynamics of the actual trend. We can see a sliding green line. There was a rollback and the formation of a structural minimum occurred, so the opening of the transaction takes place to increase. The whole logic of entry is absolutely the same. Let's look at the result. And the deal is closed in the negative. I open an additional deal for the maximum amount of the balance. I was a little unlucky in the first open trade on this currency pair, but I think that the exit should still happen and further dynamics should rush upward. The logic of entry remains absolutely the same, unchanged. So let's just watch the end of this position. And the position closes in a plus. Great. The second transaction has successfully worked out. The exit to the top has occurred. Let's continue further analysis and select the next currency pair. And let's open an upward position here. So there are slight changes on my oscillator, possible volume color changes and volume movement on its histogram. But the super trend position shows an upward trend, so I think there is potential for further upward movement. And if I close this position in negative territory, I will open an additional deal in general. The entry logic is absolutely the same. After the rollback, I open a deal in the direction of the trend dynamics. In fact, the structural minimum should be updated here. And this position is closed in the negative. Let's wait a bit. And here I'll probably open another deal to increase. The rather strong pullback dynamics is already prevailing here. And in general, there was a downward trend earlier and the change in direction did not take very long, so I emphasize that everything I have to have a way out. Let's see. And the second position is closing again in a plus. Great, let's probably open the next trade for the maximum amount of the balance. I want to take the risk to reach a profit that suits me better, in general. I'm probably even a little lucky here. It might have been worth opening a deal for a decrease. but the situation here is actually quite difficult. Even though that I did a good analysis of the market in the area of this movement, I'm not really sure. Let's just go ahead and pick the next currency pair. Let's open an upward position here. I won't get tired of repeating, but the entry logic remains exactly the same. We'll highlight the workspace, and first of all, the super trend position shows an upward trend. There was a rollback. A structural minimum has formed. The structural maximum should be updated now. So far, it has not done so. So we can open a deal to increase. I also notice changes in the direction of volumes on the oscillator histogram. So the opening is going up. We are watching the result. And the position is also closing in a plus. Great, we got a confident exit here. The entry logic turned out to be absolutely correct again, an excellent result for this trading process. So let's probably end this for today and fix today's profit. The amount of today's profit is $785. The withdrawal operation is being successfully performed. This is how trading turned out today using this set of indicators. When working with this strategy, market analysis is very important, and without this, I do not advise you to use these indicators, this set of indicators in your trading. If you still have any questions, then in the description under the video you can always find a link to my Telegram and ask any question you are interested in. I will definitely try to help everyone, and of course have a good day and see you soon.